How's it going, everyone? The new FM18 is finally out and it brings some new player roles. There are 4 new player roles available in this version: the Segundo Volante, the Carrilero, the MEZZALA, and the Inverted Winger. I have covered these player roles before game release, but now that we have the beta on our hands, we can look at the attributes and player requirements more clearly. The Inverted Winger role is fairly self-explanatory, so just watch some Robin videos if you want to know what an Inverted Winger is. We will cover the 3 new central midfield roles in detail here. Let's start with the first new player role, Segundo Volante. Segundo Volante is the second holding midfielder as per Brazilian footballing terms. It roughly means the second steering wheel. You will be able to select this role for defensive midfielder in either the right or left position. You cannot select it for a lone central defensive midfielder. This is because the role needs another defensive player alongside to work. Going back to Brazilian footballing terminologies, the other defensive role is the Primeiro Volante. A Primeiro Volante is used to screen the defense, which is close to a ball-winning midfielder or an anchorman in FM games. A ball-winning midfielder or anchorman will only contribute to the defensive side of your game. Segundo Volante, on the other hand, will play both in attack and defense. He is similar to box-to-box midfielder, but more likely to run with the ball and push the team forward while still providing defensive support. So while defending, the player will stay back, and when attacking, the player will venture forward. This will leave only one midfielder in defense, which makes you prone to counterattacks, and that's why you need a dedicated ball-winning midfielder or an anchorman there. A good Segundo Volante will have high physical attributes, but he does not need high technique, passing, or vision. Decisions is a key attribute, so is positioning. This player will have to be good at keeping the ball because he's going to run with the ball a lot, and you don't want to keep losing possessions there. Player traits of runs with the ball often and gets forward whenever possible will be important as well. You can ask this player to play as a support or attack. I would usually play it as a support player. Some of the top players who can play as Segundo Volante are Bakayoko from Chelsea, Fabinho from Monaco, and Ndidi from Leicester City. The second new player role available in FM 2018 is Carrilero. A Carrilero or shuttler moves laterally across the midfield lines to link defense and attack, and that separates this player from the box-to-box type roles, where the midfielder shuttles between the 2 boxes rather than laterally. Carrilero are typically used in a 3-man midfield, where they are situated as one of the 2 white midfielders in a diamond formation between a holding midfielder and an attacking midfielder. This player will look to occupy the mid-pitch positions at all times during defense and attack. Key attributes should be stamina, positioning, tackling, and anticipation, among other attributes that are commonly required for midfielders. It will require players who are hard-working because the role is a workmanlike, which requires the player to be very disciplined and tactically aware. They will give your team the ability to retain possession and play a high-tempo, short passing game. Carrilero will always be on support duty. Chelsea's Kante is the poster boy for this role. Ramirez is another good example. Eric Dier of Spurs can play a good Carrilero too. MEZZALA is the third new player role. MEZZALA is again similar to a box-to-box role, but with less defensive responsibilities. This player will move forward when the play dictates and look to occupy the inside forward area. A MEZZALA or half-winger will usually play in a 3-man midfield with more defensively minded midfielders. MEZZALA is basically your complete midfielder. Key attributes will be similar to box-to-box, except high tackling and marking are not required. Good physical stats are necessary. Dribbling, long shots, and work rate are important as well. MEZZALA, when playing in an attacking role, will leave the defensive duties to other central midfielders. And while playing as a support, MEZZALA will actively try to win back possession when the team does not have the ball. Paul Pogba is one of the best who can play the MEZZALA role. Hamsik from Napoli and Milan's Kessie are good too. Soon to be Liverpool's Naby Keita certainly fits the bill. And like any other complete midfielder, Nainggolan can also play this role really well. Hopefully this video gave you an idea on how to set up your team using the new midfield roles and which players to use in these roles. You should try using these new roles for your teams and formations and see what works best for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.